Filter function in Excel allows us to filter a data based on a criteria we define. For example, over here, we want to see the types and the number of units sold in Australia. If we want to check the same data for Africa, we can do that as well. We can also use multiple criteria like item and region to filter our desired data. We can extract the data, for example, if it was sold in USA or Australia. So let's jump into the video to learn about filter function in detail. Right over here, you can see I have some data consisting of different kind of items sold in different quantities in different regions of the world. As we have seen, filter function actually filter the data based on the criteria we define. For example, over here, we want to see what items were sold in Australia and in what quantities. So we have defined the criteria, and that is the region. Let me show you how we can do that. So let me insert a line over here. So we'll write is equal filter tab. Now the first argument is array. Array means the entire data set through which you will choose your criteria. Before demonstrating this filter function based on our criteria, we want to make our criteria dynamic. In order to make it dynamic, we must convert our data into a table. So simply select the data, insert, and click on table. Okay, and now we have converted our data into a table. So if you are going to enter some new items over here, they will be filtered based on the criteria you have chosen initially. Let me change the font color. So we'll write is equal filter tab. Now the first argument says array. Array means we have to select the entire data set wherefrom we are going to choose our criteria, comma. Now the second argument says include. As we are going to filter our data based on region, so we will select this particular column, and this must be equal to the region Australia or whatever other country we are going to insert. Now we can close the bracket, press enter, and there we go. Now, if you change Australia to USA and press enter, you can see data has been filtered as per this new region. This data can function as a dynamic data. Let me put my cursor right over here and press tab. Let's insert some new data over here, and I'm going to enter card, and the region is going to be China, and let's put in some detail like 100, enter, and over here let me change Africa to China and see what does it return, and there you go. It is actually a dynamic data, and whatever you are gonna include right over here, it would be displayed based on your criteria. And let me insert something like India. It's showing error. So how we can get rid of this thing? Simply double click over here, and let's include this optional argument if empty. So we'll write comma if empty. So simply insert double quotes, and inside the quotes you can write whatever you want. I'm gonna write not found, and simply close the bracket, press enter, and there you can see. Let me change it to USA, enter, and there you can see the data set regarding USA. We can also filter our data based on multiple criteria like items and region. Let me select these cells to insert a bottom border. So here again we'll write is equal filter tab array. So this is going to be our array, comma, and this time we will insert bracket start, and in the include argument, first we have to select the item. So we'll select this item column, and this should be equal to whatever you are going to have over here. Now close the bracket, and the second criteria is region. So over here we are going to tweak this formula to include the second criteria as well. So we'll write star. Star would basically function just like and bracket start region. So I'm gonna select the region like this, and this should be equal to this particular part of the word. So I'm going to close it, insert second bracket, press enter, and there we go. Speakers in Africa, this comes out to be 100. You can also use data validation to easily choose the item. So simply select it, go to data, data tools, data validation, and right over here choose list source. I'm gonna select this source over here, click on OK, and there you can see. Now simply click over here, USB flash graphics card. You can see it's showing error because we haven't inserted anything if it comes out empty. Let's do that over here. So we'll write, so simply close the bracket, comma, insert double quotes and let's write not available. Now close the bracket and press enter, and you can see router in Africa isn't available. Let me choose something else. Graphics card, it's not available in Africa. Speaker, they are available in Africa. And similarly, let's check desktop, they aren't available. You can also change the region right from here as well. For example, I'm gonna enter USA, enter, and let me choose USB flash. It's not available in USA. Webcam, not available. Let's choose headphones. Yes, they are. You can see headphones in USA 250. Now let me show you one more example over here. Now we want to filter the data based on units sold, and how many units sold between 150 and 400. So let me demonstrate. I would write is equal filter tab array. Let's choose the array like this. Again, comma, bracket start. This time we are going to choose this unit sold, as we have to check for minimum and max value. For minimum, this should be more than or equal to 150. Now over here, one thing that you should keep in mind, that you should insert this greater than sign first, and after that you must enter is equal. Let's close the bracket, star, again start the bracket. Now let's choose the maximum criteria, but we will have to choose this unit sold column again. This should be less than or equal to 400, comma, close the bracket, comma, if empty, then what should it include? If empty, then it should return not found. Now let's close the bracket, press enter, and there we go. You can see the criteria that we have defined. Based on that criteria, the filter function has returned us these values. Now you can actually change it. Let me include 250. Enter, and there you can see the data has been reduced. You can also change the maximum value. Let's bring it down to 300. Enter, and you can see only one unit exists over here, that is headphone in USM market, and its value is 250. As we have seen, star was acting as AND, as we have applied in these examples. Now let me show you how we can use plus sign to act as OR. Right over here you can see we want to check what particular items and what number of units were sold in Australia and USA. So how we would do that is equal filter and array. So we'll choose the table like this, comma, bracket start. So first we have to define the region, and this time it's going to be Australia. So first we'll choose this column like this, and this should be equal to Australia, bracket close. And now we will insert plus sign, which means everything that has been sold in Australia or USA. So I'll write bracket start. Again, we'll choose region, and this should be equal to USA. Now you can close the bracket, comma, and if not found, then we can insert is not found. Now simply close the bracket, press enter, and there you can see everything that was sold in Australia or USA has been displayed over here as well. You can change the country from here. Let me write Africa, enter, and now we have the data for Australia and Africa. And similarly, you can change this region as well, or you can actually turn it into a drop-down list using data validation feature. Go to data, data tools, data validation, and let me choose list source. It's going to be this region. Press enter, and now you can use whatever region you want to check its data. So that is for today's video. I hope you have found this tutorial useful. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.